Kohalayim, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rokar Kwadash. I want to say double honors to the eldest apostle, Great Millstone. Blessings to the sincere of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. My name is Lamadia. In today's video, we're going to talk about the ground battle that's going to take place before the nuclear destruction. Now, before the missiles get launched and designated, it have to be a ground battle. And when we watch the news, we seeing the beginning of the ground battle about to take place. And this ground battle is going to escalate into nuclear attacks, and America is going to receive most of the missiles, and other parts of the earth is going to get hit with missiles as well. But America is not going to be built back up, whereas other lands is going to be rebuilt. So we're going to go into that. In the first scripture, I like us to focus on is give me one second. Where shall I start? Well, the whole chapter is good, but I want to get to the point. So let's start at Joel 3:9. And it says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong." Now, plowshares and pruning hooks are both tools for the use of agriculture. But the Lord said, let them take these tools and turn them to weapons of war. And that's happening now. Rather than countries investing into the growth of the country, they mostly invest into war, into nuclear missiles. So that's them beating the plowshares and pruning hooks into spears. So they're getting ready for the purpose of war. That's the main investment or priority investment. Now it says, "Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord." Now the mighty ones is referencing toward the angels. Now it says, "Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about." Now the word Jehoshaphat is a compound word of the name of the Most High and the Hebrew word that means judgment. Yahweh, the name of the Most High, Shapat, which means judgment. Yahweh Shapat. Because it tells you why the Most High named that region where they're gonna assemble the nations, Yahweh Shapat. Because there where he sit to judge all the heathen, all the nations. Okay? Now let's go to the next scripture, Isaiah 13. And beginning at verse 2. Now it says, lift thee up a banner upon a high mountain, exhort the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the noble. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for my anger. Now, who the sanctified ones? The ones that are called, the ones that are chosen, the elect. All right. Now it says, I have also called my mighty ones, referencing towards the angels. For what? For my anger. Even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the hosts of the battle. Now the word mustereth means to assemble. If you go to a job orientation, it might be the first day on the job, and let's say there's a crew that was hired all at the same day. They're gonna walk the crew around the job site. They're gonna show you the emergency exit, all the emergency exits, and then they're also gonna show you the muster point. The muster point is where you assemble if there was to ever be a natural disaster. So they will show you the muster point, the place of assembly in case of a disaster. So the word muster means to assemble. So the word host means armies. So the Most High, he's assembling these nations for war. That's where you got the you turn on the news, you see, the state of Israel, Amalek. Then you have Palestine, the state of Palestine, which are these Ishmaelites going back and forth, and they at war. But this is only the beginning. The elder Apostle Hall like to mention the term proxy wars, and that's when other nations join into to battle, because now Iran is getting included into this war. And Russia is allies with Iran. And what's going to end up happening, pursuant to Ezekiel 38, the Lord said that Russia is going to be a guard to these other nations. And Ishmael, they also get involved, because the truth is they want to push these so-called Palestinians more further down to Egypt. And strategically, remove them out of the land so they could get the land to themselves. So verse 5, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. What the weapons of the Lord indignation are the nuclear missiles. Okay. Give me 1 second. How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand, and shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. So who's bringing this destruction? The Most High. All right. So now let's go to Zephaniah. Let's see what Zephaniah say. Beginning at verse 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. Now the prey is America. For my determination is to gather the nations. In other words, to muster the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Because not just America is going to be hit with missiles. Other parts of the earth is going to get hit with missiles. But America is going to receive the bulk of the missiles. For then will I turn to the For then will I turn to the people a pure language. Tahar Lashawan, pure language or pure tongue, that they make all call upon the name of the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. That's why it's spelled in all capital letters. Because when you go into the Hebrew, guess what's going to be found for the word Lord? Yahweh, the name of the Most High. So the Lord said we're going to be turned back to the Lord, and He's going to return to us a pure language. What's that pure language? The Lashawan Kodash, or the Tahar Lashawan, or Lashawan Tahar, to serve Him with one consent. So we have to be turned back to the Lord, learning the pure Hebrew. Now let's go to Revelation. Give me 1 second. We'll go to Revelation 16. Because now we have to find out where the war is actually going to take place, or the ground battle. Where would this ground battle take place? So now we're going to start with Revelation 16 and 12. And the sixth angel poured out his vials upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the king of the east might be prepared. I think I have let's do this. Type in Mesopotamia map. Trying to find a good one. Okay, let's try this one. I like this one. So here you have you have the Tigris River right here. Sorry, the Tigris River, and right here is the River Euphrates. And the word Mesopotamia means Meso means between. Tamia means rivers, between the rivers. What rivers is this referencing to? The Tigris and Euphrates. So this region here is known as the Fertile Crescent. Why is it why do Esau call it the Fertile Crescent? Because this region it was known for being very what's the word? It was very well, fertile, meaning it was able you was able to grow a lot of vegetation. And in this region, when you go back to ancient empires, a lot of civilizations started over here. Like you see the Akkadian or Akkad, that's where we get the word Akkadian. This is also where ancient Babylon was located. So you have these two rivers, the Tigris and Euphrates, and it empty out in the Persian Gulf. But the Lord said he will dry up the river Euphrates to make way for the king of the east. So you have Iran, and then you have over here the Arabian desert. And this is where the battle is going to take place. Right over here in the Arabian desert. Let's go to damn, just closed it by accident. We'll get it back though. We're gonna let's get Joel. Go down 20. Excuse me. All right, Joel 2 and 20. But I will remove far off from you the northern army. Now, the northern army is referencing toward America, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate. A land that's barren and desolate is referencing toward a desert. Now it says, with his face toward the east sea, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea. So now the east sea, let's see if we can put this back up, is right over here, where the river Euphrates, which pretty much empty out to the Persian Gulf. And the Lord said he was gonna dry up the river Euphrates. So that's the face. And it says, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea. Now the utmost sea is the Red Sea, and the Arabian desert will be the land barren and desolate. And this is where this ground battle is going to take place. And it's let's go back. And his stink shall come up. Whose stink shall come up? These soldiers that's going to be battling or fighting over here, you know, there's going to be a lot of dead bodies. And there's going to be a lot of odor from these dead bodies, because these dead bodies is not going to be getting buried. And it says, and his ill savor shall come up because he had done great things. And a lot of these dead bodies is going to be American soldiers, because America is going to be on the losing end of this battle, to the point they're going to have to start drafting your American citizens, including women. So they will introduce a draft. Okay, let's go back to Joel. You know what? Let me see something. Go to second Ezra, as a matter of fact. And start at 6. Again, the whole chapter is good, but I want to hit the point. So this second Ezra is 5 and 6. Starting at verse 6. And even he shall rule whom they look not for, that dwell. Let me read again. Even he shall rule whom they look not for that dwell upon the earth. Now, the one that's going to rule is Israel under our Lord Yahweh Shah, because the kingdom belongs to Yahweh Shah, and the elect is joint heirs with Yahweh Shah. So it says, even he shall rule who they look not for that dwell upon the earth, and the fowl should take their flight away together. And the Sodomite sea shall cast out fish and make a noise in the night. Now I see a lot of videos on YouTube. You see, some guys, they'll break this down as the Sodomite sea. They'll say that the Sodomite sea is America, and they'll relate it to America being or America practicing the acts of ancient Sodom, and then they will precept with that, with Revelation, with people represent sea. No, the Sodomite sea is talking about the where ancient Sodom was located. Now let's look it up. Let's pull it up. Now you have here the valley of Siddim, or the plain of Siddim. Now when you look up the Sodomite sea, they're gonna keep referencing toward the Dead Sea, or another word for the Dead Sea is the Salt Sea. But we know it can't be just talking about the Dead Sea, because it says in the Sodomite sea to cast out fish. Now when you look into this Dead Sea, is not known for having any marine life, because it high content of salt. So that it's not known for having any marine life. So we know it's not talking about the Dead Sea. It's talking about the region, which that region will have to be the Levant. Okay. Now the Levant is defined as the region eastward of the Mediterranean. And that's where it gonna be a lot of that's down over here in the Arabian desert. That's where the battle's gonna take place. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. I want to read it again. I don't want to miss a beat. So let's go back to 7. And the sight of mighty sea should cast out fish. So that's referencing to the region of the Levant. And the Dead Sea is located in that region. There you go, the Levant. Now you have here the land of Israel. You have Turkey. Turkey is mentioned in Ezekiel 38 as Togarmah. Because this is where the battle's going to take place. Now, and the Sodomite sea should cast out fish. So this is post-destruction. And make a noise in the night. Now, the night is represented toward the end of Esau rulership. And Yahweh Shah bringing in a new kingdom represents the day. And that noise is the nuclear destruction, which many have not known, but they shall all hear the voice thereof. Now, the reason why the fish is going to be cast out of the water, because that's going to be due to radiation poison. So when you read down from verse 7 in 2nd Ezra, the 5th chapter, it goes into post-destruction. Verse 8, there should be a confusion also in many places, and the fire should be oft sent out again, and the wild beasts should change their places, and menstruous woman should bring forth monsters. Let's do this. Look, type in the word monster. So keep in mind it's post destruction. Look at the word monster. Okay, give me 1 second. It's been a minute since I looked this up. Because when you look into this word, it goes into deformity. Abnormal, prodigious animal were regarded as signs of omens. Let's scroll down. Oh, it's right in front of my face. Right in front of my face. I when I uploaded the page, I jumped right to the middle. I figured it'll be right in the middle somewhere, but it's right in the first sentence. Early 14th century, monstrate, mouthful animal of human, creature afflicted with a birth defect. And there you go. That's what monster mean. So let's go back to 2nd Ezra, the 5th chapter. And it says, and there should be confusion also in many places, and the fire should be off sent out again, and the wild beasts should change their places, meaning relocate, and menstruous woman should bring forth monsters. Now, the word monster means malformed animal or human creature afflicted with a birth defect. Now, why is this going to be all happening? Because we read up above, it also mentioned about what is it? the sea should cast out fish. And then it speaks about menstruous woman should bring forth monsters because it's going to be due to the fact of a nuclear fallout. Right here, nuclear fallout. Let's look up what the term nuclear fallout mean. So I'm reading from Wikipedia. Nuclear fallout is the residue radioactive material propelled into the upper atmosphere following a nuclear blast. So called because it's fallout of the sky after the explosion and the shock wave has passed. It's commonly referred to It commonly refers to the radioactive active dust and ash created when a nuclear weapon explodes. So that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a nuclear fallout. It's, that area is gonna be radioactive, and it's gonna lead to fish being cast out to sea. They're gonna be dying. Um, there's gonna be a lot of birth defects. Matter of fact, let's read this. Nuclear fallout effects and long-term nuclear weapons produce ionizing radiation, which kills or sickens those exposed. Contaminates the environment and has long-term health consequences, including cancer and genetic damage. Their widespread use in the atmosphere testing have caused grave long-term consequences. So this is the effect of a nuclear fallout. So that's what Esdras was prophesying about, a nuclear fallout, because what we're reading now is post-destruction. Now it says, and salt water should be found in the sweet. That's talking about radioactive waters. And all friends should destroy one another, then should wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into a secret chamber. Okay, now give me 1 second. Let me see how much time I have left. Give me 1 second. Okay, we 34 minutes in. Now, let's do this now. What animals can survive a nuclear fallout? Let's go to first Isaiah 34, verse 8. Because America is going to be completely destroyed. Now, Revelation 34, for it's the day of the Lord's vengeance and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion. That's why that battle is known as Yahweh Shabbat, the Most High judgment. And the streams thereof should be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone. Now, pitch is referencing to it like a tar like substance. And the land thereof should become burning pitch. It shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation, it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. Now, forever and ever is talking about after age, meaning it's gonna burn for a long time. Now, even with Chernobyl, it's um it speaks about it being radioactive after a couple decades. And even like 9/11, after the towers went down, months later the smoke was still going up. But the destruction of America is going to be a bigger fire. So, it's going to be going on for years. It says for generation to generation. And it says, but the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it. The owl also and the raven shall dwell in it. And he should stretch out upon it the line of confusion and the stone of emptiness. So that the architecture of America is going to be completely destroyed. They shall call the nobles thereof to the kingdom, but none should be there, and her princes should be nothing. Now let's go to Revelation 18. Okay, Revelation 18 and 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen. Now, Babylon the Great is referencing toward America. Now, it say, it's fallen, and has become the habitation of devils. These devils talking about these demons. Because after America destruction, it's going to be inhabited with a lot of demons. And it says, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Now let's go to Isaiah 14. I'm gonna start at 19. Because now we're gonna go back into this ground battle. Let me start at 18. Isaiah 14 and 18. All the kings of the nation, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers should never be renowned. So, these bodies and the that's gonna there's gonna be a lot of American soldiers that's it's not gonna be buried. That's why it says thou shalt not be joined with them and bury you. Verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. And that's going to America, right? I will rise up against them, says the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and the remnant, and son and nephew, save the Lord. Meaning it's not going to be any remaining. You know, nothing is going to be left behind in America. Everything's going to be burnt to a crisp. I will also make it a possession for the bittern and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith the Lord of hosts. The Lord of hosts has sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass. And as I have purposed, so shall it stand. That I will break the Assyrians in my land, and upon my mountains tread him underfoot. Then shall his yoke depart for off of them, and his burden depart off their shoulders. Now let's go to Revelation 19, and we're gonna close with that. You know what? 19 and 17. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourself together unto the supper of the great power, that ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. And that great supper is the American soldiers, the generals. They all gonna be laid out dead, and the Most High is gonna send these scavenger birds to feed on their flesh. So in closing, I'm gonna say all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakar Kodash, Shalom.